Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Maharachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who rule well and taught us His 100% truth. Much peace and blessings be unto you, who fully elect our preaching of this word without truth and sincerity. Shalom. A new channel. For the fear of my main channel being deleted, I have 2 strikes, so I can upload or do anything for 2 weeks. And I got a side channel. This is gonna be my new channel, man. And it's 4th of July, and you got Jake out here just partying, launching fireworks, which is like bugged out. But nevertheless, I'm gonna get into this lesson. I'm gonna title it "I Feel Like Behavior," because these are the times we're in right now. What you got right here in this picture is 3 girls doing TikTok dances, and it's just to show you the ignorance of these people at the end of this world, man. Because back then, what you had was people giving in a marriage, or you had people partying, drinking, etc. And that's what you have right now. Look at this mirth, people, celebrating the 4th of July. I mean, look at Eve out here. Look at Jake. These people are literally giving thanks. Literally celebrating the same holiday the so-called white man ordained for their independence. When Jake was never even freed. That was back then in hardcore slavery and hardcore bondage, when they were getting raped while looking at those fireworks. And that just comes to show you the wickedness of the so-called white man, deceiving you people, deceiving the children of Israel, man. Look at this mirth, and the Lord's gonna take that away from you. We're coming into these times where people are gonna start rioting even more. The love of many shall wax cold, and just for a little simple disagreement, man, it could end up into a whole new quarrel leading to death. World War III is right around the corner. That MOB. Those concentration camps. This is all leading up, to the coming of Yahushai Mashiach, man. And those missiles, those chariots, felt like behavior. Because what happened back then was that these people, alright, what they did back then in the days of Noah, was rejoice. And, they got caught off by surprise when that rain came down. This is the first book of Peter, chapter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So Lord, we have that hopeful elect. So we gotta take diligence, and we gotta maintain our integrity. We gotta keep doing the will, man. You fall off, you get back up again. Make your supplication unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And have faith. As it says in James, the 1st chapter, ask whatsoever in faith and nothing wavering, because then you'll be like a wave that gets tossed by the wind. So, adversary meaning opponent. And who's our opponent? So-called white man, Esau Edom. He's the opposite of us. He's always hated us. He has a perpetual hatred pursuing Ezekiel. So, we having this truth, man. We having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We gotta, be sober and be vigilant. Alright? The 144,000 servants being on that watchtower. Alright? And the rest of you paying attention to the signs and the times we're living through. For as it says in the scriptures, and book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. you know? So, it's right around the corner. A day in the Lord's eyes is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years in the Lord's eyes are as 1,000 days, as 1,000 Slakia, one day. So, it's very quick. You have to realize is that it was nothing but 2 days ago when Yahweh Shai was here. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That just comes to show you the ignorance of our people. Dating back, centuries upon centuries ago, generation upon generation upon generation. This is going back hundreds of years ago. To the times of the prophets of old. Hosea the prophet, man. Ignorance in the etymology. It shows a lack of wisdom and knowledge. That's what it is. Ignorance is a lack of wisdom and knowledge. You tell somebody something and they assume something and get all huffy puffy about it. So they get all puffed up about it. Man, that's ignorance. And when you correct them, what do? They try and scoff back at you. That's ignorance. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And you even see that right now. You got Jake out here. Alright, Northern Kingdom, Issachar out here. Partying with that music. Launching these fireworks. Because, Israel's a very family-oriented type of person. We're all peace. We're all peaceful. They want to be gathered together. But these people are foolish because they don't understand what this holiday represents, man. And very, very soon, that mirth about having independence is going to go down. Because we're coming to the downfall of the so-called white man's kingdom. Just like the fall of Rome was a thing, well, the fall of America will be too. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. And what are we doing out here? We're telling you right now that to not celebrate this holiday, to not keep the ordinances of the so-called white man. You don't hearken. You reject us. You reject true knowledge. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. You have to remember this. The Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has no respect of persons. Respect meaning, let me get that out actually. Because people out here are going to start getting offended when that means, regard. He has no regard for you. Act of looking back. Looking at. The Lord could care less about you, Jake, out here, man. You 2/3 are worthless. That's what you are. You're the children of Belial. And Belial. So Belial means worthless, I believe it was. So you people are worthless to the Most High's eyes. That's why he's only dealing with the elect. And he's only been dealing with the elect, man. Since the beginning of the foundations of the earth. Yep. The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. See, man? So we have to, as it says in 1 Peter 5 and 8. Salakia. Be sober and be vigilant. We gotta keep on paying attention because we don't know what's gonna happen next. But the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And these same spirits out here, being in mirth, rejoicing over something ridiculous. Those are the same spirits back in the ancient world, man. Back in the times of the antediluvian, which is a title that dates back to before the flood, man. When they were rejoicing, man. The book of Genesis. And chapter 6, verse 5. And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. See that? The so-called white man glorifies it. No, so when he brought this forth, man, people started glorifying it. People are worldly, carnal. carnal-minded. Verse 38, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the days that Noah entered into that ark. That's when that rain started coming down. Because these people consider Noah being a conspiracy theorist, because what happened before the flood? There was no such thing as rain. What happened was that there was a mist in the grass. That's how the crops got watered and nourished. That's why every morning when it doesn't rain, you go outside and the grass is all wet. That's that mist. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. And it goes on to say that one shall be taken and one shall be left. But as it says in Ecclesiastes, one that gets thrown out a lot, 1 and 9, chapter 1, verse 9, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. It is that which shall be. The times of mirth has been, and it's happening again. And that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no thing under the sun. We're under the sun right now. This is the book of Salakia, the first book of Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them we have had much sorrow. They ain't wanting to take swift counsel. They'd rather take counsel from the so-called white man. They're their oppressors. As it says in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Let me get that out. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Yet they want to, keep the philosophies of the so-called white man. They don't want to take counsel to this, to the scriptures, man, because these scriptures are true counsel. This is true knowledge. But they rather go unto man and, see what the wisdom comes out of his mouth. What kind of wisdom comes out of his mouth. These same wicked men are the same spirits here today. So this device please them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. See? And this is talking about the Greek times. About the Greek Empire. Well, same thing again. And that's why the Lord is going to destroy this place, man. You Jake out here that want to keep, glorifying this country, and the so-called white men that heavily deceived our people. The book of Psalms, chapter 84, verse 3. Salakia. Wrong one. Crafty counsel. Salakia. The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Where are those hidden ones? Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. They want you to forget, and that's what happened. You forgot your heritage. You forgot your inheritance, the promises. You wanna keep being a servant unto these heathens out here, then so be it. Anyways, I hope this video was edifying. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Maharachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who rule well, taught us 100% truth. Much peace and blessings be unto you, hopeful elect out there pushing out this word with all truth and sincerity. Shalom.